Maayong hapon sa inyo tanan. The Vice President Florendo, Dean Coro, the faculty, administration, and employees of UP Cebu, mga graduates ngayong hapon, you survived! At syempre, wag natin kakalimutan ang ating mga magulang. Kung wala sila, wala tayong lahat dito ngayon. Congratulations din po sa inyo. Alam niyo po, it was only yesterday, late yesterday, when I found out that I have a very tough act to follow. The toughest, in fact. No less than Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, your guest of honor and speaker in last year's graduation. Sabi ko, bakit ko ba nauohan ito? Because how can I possibly top the master of sound bites and pick-up lines? Anong pasabog o paandar ba ang kailangan kong gawin? Dub smash? Ay ambot? Song and dance kaya? Walang music na nakahanda eh. Pero paano ba yung nay-nay na yan? Ganon, ganon, ganon-ganon lang yan, di ba? Pero maawa kayo sa akin. Kawawa naman ang mga magulang ko, baka bukas mawalan na po ako ng trabaho. Ako po si Jessica Soho, student number 8146-200. Like most UP alumni I know, with the exception of maybe one or two, I have not forgotten my student number. UP makes sure you remember it for life. Huwag niyong kakalimutan, you are branded and numbered forever. Hindi po ako nahihiyang sabihin ang aking student number, even if it gives away my age. Ganun talaga. Tatanda rin kayo. Ganito kami noon, paano kaya kayo ngayon? Titulo ito ng isang pelikula noong 1976 na maganda rin tanungin ngayon, lalo na sa mga millennials katulad nyo. Ang sosyal pakinggan, no? Millennials. Wala pa noong MTV o MP3, sabi nga ng kanta. Pero meron kaming mga naglalakihang cassette recorder na tinawag naming magkakaibigan na Saudi kasi ang madalas lang magkaroon nito noon ay yung mga may tatay, kuya, tito o lolo sa Middle East. And the bigger the music player, mas maganda yung sounds. Hanggang na-invento ng Sony ang Walkman. Alam niyo man lang ba yung Walkman? Then music became personal. Kung gusto mo noong mag-research, pumunta ka sa library. Hanapin mo muna sa bibliography cards yung kailangan mong libro bago ka pumunta sa section o aisle kung nasaan ito. Kaya saksakan kayo ng swerte ngayon. Dahil anumang impormasyong kailangan nyo, hindi lang abot kamay, mga daliri na lang ang kailangan. Searchable ang lahat sa tulong ng Google. Minsan nakatanggap ako ng spam, hindi po yung delata, kundi yung email na hindi gaanong importante po, pero kung minsan naman may saysay at nakakaaliw. You are so 80s daw, kung literal pa para sa'yo ang definition of terms. Ang Windows, bintana. Ang notebook, kwaderno. Ang virus, pinapatay. At ang mouse, ang katapat lang niyan, Dora. Ang hashtag ay found sa typewriter na ginagamit na shortcut for numbers o pang-end ng mga artikulo na isinusulat ng mga journalists katulad ko kung ayaw mo ng number 30. Ang friend ay yung totoong kaibigan. Nakikita? Nakikita, nakakasama, nasasabihan ng problema, nahihinga ng tulong, at nauutangan. Oo nga, marami kaming wala noon. Wala kaming internet, gadgets, at kung ano-ano pa. Pero, Malinaw sa aming martial law babies. Ang daya, no? Millennials kayo, kami martial law babies. Malinaw sa amin kung sino ang kalaban noong panahong yon, kung alin ang problema at kung ano ang dapat mangyari para magbago ang lipunan. Wala noong bida kontra bida. Walang frenemy. Hi! Black or white. Red o yellow. Hiwalay kung hiwalay. Hindi complicated. Parang paglalaba lang ang peg. Hindi pwedeng magsama ang mga dekolor. Klaro kung sino ang dapat patalsikin. Kaya ang tanong at hamon ko sa inyo ngayon, kayo, alam nyo ba kung sino o ano ang kalaban? Iniisip nyo rin ba kung paano magbabago ang ating lipunan? Para baka sakali ang inyong henerasyon ang makalulutas sa matagal na nating mga problema. Kung bakit ang gagaling naman nating mga Pilipino, marami nga umaangat kapag nasa ibang bansa, pero bakit lugmok pa rin tayo sa kahirapan? Tanong ni retired General Jose Almonte sa kanyang memoir, Endless Journey, na tinatanong na rin daw nila noong sila'y mga bata pang mga sundalo, why are Filipinos killing fellow Filipinos? The nationalist writer F. Shonil Jose asks in his writings, why despite our heroic heritage, we are still a fractured nation? Ang mga oligarch noon, sila-sila pa rin hanggang ngayon. Alam niyo po, meron akong kakilala. Sabi niya, every time he comes from abroad, from countries better off than ours, at sa naiya pa lang daw, naaamoy na niya yung amoy ng basura, nakikita niya yung traffic, at naiisip niya yung baha, at kung ano-ano pa. Hindi niya raw maintindihan sa kanyang sarili kung bakit siya natutuwa, na para bang, ayan na, amoy ko na yung basura, Pilipinas na, home na me. Ako naman, every time I go overseas, at nabavalidate ko sa aking sarili, sa pamagitan ng ating mga OFW, napakabubuti talaga nating mga Pilipino. Mababait, matulungin, laging nakangiti. Pero hindi ko rin maiwasan matanong at magduda. Maybe there lies the problem. Maybe we're too nice. That's why our goodness is often abused. I read from the New York Times recently that our millennials are so different in the sense that they have pretty much streamlined their lives. Everything. So sa mga magulang po natin ngayong hapon na nandyan, huwag nyo na raw po ipamana ang inyong mga kubyertos, ang inyong mga plato, ang inyong mga muebles sa ating mga millennials. Because this is a generation na wala man lang photo album. Correct? Pero napaisip din ako. Sabi ko, ito nga yung at the core of the issue dun sa issue ngayon sa pambansang photo bomber na tinatawag. That condo building that ruins the view from the Rizal Shrine. Diba? Kung paano pahalagahan ang ating nakaraan. The legacy of our past. Kaya sa ating pong mga magulang, huwag nyo na pong ipamana ang inyong mga lumang bagay sa inyong mga anak. Perahin nyo na lang daw po. Pero alam niyo po, tuwing pumupunta ako dito sa Cebu, I have a renewed sense of hope. Kasi here, somehow I get the sense that things work and things move. Mas maayos ang infrastructure kahit ma-traffic din. I remember coming here during the 1997 Asian crisis and wondering why Cebuanos remained optimistic. I was told then that Cebu had a higher growth rate than the rest of the country, equal in fact to our more progressive neighbors or the so-called Asian tigers at that time. I hope that this still holds true now. And so it was that every time I visited Cebu to marvel at your furniture, enjoy your scenic spots, taste your wonderful seafood, na paghahalata po ako dito, and experience the warmth and the hospitality of the Cebuanos, my faith in our country and in our people is always renewed. Sinasabi ko po ito, hindi para kayo'y bulahin, but to express my fervent hope that some of our graduates will choose to remain in Cebu. Invest your talent here and create more opportunities for your province mates. Proud from rin po ako. Taga-probinsya ng La Union, doon sa kabilang dulo ng Pilipinas, sa Ilocos Region. Like many of you, I also come from a small town. Nagsimula rin po akong dehado sa buhay. Kasi 8 years old pa lang po ako, naulila na kami ng aking kapatid sa ina. Parang telenovela. We are fortunate to have a loving and caring dad, a kind stepmother, and the devotion of my grandmothers. Lucky po ako sa mga lola ko on both sides of the family. Pero iba pa rin syempre ang pagmamahal ng isang ina. But I did not let our family tragedy get me down. My mom's life may have been short, but she lived long enough to instill enough confidence in me, kapal ng mukha. And this is what sustained me through the most difficult times. To this day, I can still vividly remember my very first day in UP Diliman. What it was like for a prom-D, Catholic school-bred, small-town girl like me. How insecure and scared I was. How everyone seemed so confident, good-looking, and rich. I felt inferior, yes. But it is also in UP where I eventually felt pantay-pantay lang naman pala tayong lahat. Pare-parehong pumipila sa napakahirap na registration o enrollment. Mahirap din ba dito? Mahirap sa UP Diliman, mahirap sa UP Cebu. Ibig sabihin may katarungan. Pare-pareho tayong kailangang mag-aral para patunayan that we deserve to be called scholar ng bayan. Habang sinusulat ko po ang aking speech, napaisip ako, ano nga bang napala ko sa UP bukod sa bragging rights? Ano ang value ng edukasyon ko sa UP? Ano ang naituro ng UP sa akin? Siyempre, excellence. UP students and graduates like to think of themselves as the ones on top of the food chain. Aminin! Pero sabi nga ni Tita or Maring Winnie or my Professor Sulita Monsod in Economics 11 and now my colleague in GMA News and Public Affairs, before excellence, honor. And there is a reason why they put honor first before excellence. Excellence is not good if you have no honor. Dapat tama. Huwag tularan ang ilang alumni. Sana tandaan niyo po ito. Sana tandaan niyo po ito saan man kayo makarating. As for me, I did not really intend to become a journalist. Sa totoo lang po. My dream was to become a lawyer. When I was a new hire in GMA News, I was assigned odd jobs. Answer the phones, replace the ribbons or the paper of the teletype machines. Hindi nyo na alam yun, no? Teletype machines. Google nyo na lang. Recycle and staple paper for our scripts. And there were even times na kapag hindi po sumipot yung makeup artist ni Mike Enriquez, ako po yun. Excuse me po. Back in 1985, when they got me, I suspect they didn't really know what to do with someone whom our cameraman described as mukhang pinabili lang ng suka, naligaw na sa newsroom. But God obviously had other plans for me. And I truly believe His were the unseen hands that guided me throughout my career. Sa maniwala man po kayo o hindi, ni sa hinagap o panaginip, I never planned on becoming a TV news reporter. Ito ba naman, may weight problem pa. Appear on camera and be known by many. Tip sa mga gustong sumikat. Fame, like wealth, should only come as a consequence of hard work. Dadating ang mga yan, magpursige ka lang. Now, when all else fails, there is always YouTube. Ang swerte nyo talaga, no? Journalism is all about telling the stories, the truth. And I have always maintained that it should never be about ourselves. We are not the story, save for the few times when unavoidably, we ourselves became the story because of assignments that almost cost us our lives. Buwis buhay. In my case, like covering the rescue of villagers trapped in a kamachili tree in the middle of the rampaging Marikina River during a typhoon in the late 80s. Getting lost on a plane that had almost run out of fuel on our way to the Spratlys in the late 80s or early 90s, long before this became disputed territory. Getting briefly hostaged by a rebel governor in Cagayan province also in the 90s, and after 9/11, almost getting blown to bits by a landmine in Afghanistan. Yes, it has been a dangerous life, but it has also been most rewarding. God has been very, very kind. I was able to help my family, and I am also proud to have paved the way for a new generation of journalists and news and public affairs, videographers, and producers in our organization. May ilan pong narito sa atin ngayon. Ayun. Nasaan si Mark? Some of them have moved on to other fields and other networks, but many are still with us in higher positions, and nothing makes me prouder than their success. Success should humble us. Walang isang taong naging successful dahil lang sa sarili niya. I have always believed that it is when you begin to believe your own propaganda that marks the beginning of your end. So medyo na-embarrass po talaga ako dun sa mahabang introduction sa akin. To keep our egos in check, we in GMA News like to say that you are only as good as your last story. At bukas makalawa, baka ka maiskupan. This is how you keep improving, to keep persevering, to never stop, to always have a healthy dose of self-doubt. Life was never meant to be easy. So you have to keep leveling up. Parang exercise lang ang peg. Not that I am an expert on it, obviously. Like my favorite comic book character, Kathy, once said, everything has calories. Aray. You have to brace yourself for the inevitable. Failure. Prepare to fail. Sorry ha. Prepare to fail. But of course, it's better if you can avoid or prevent it from happening. Now, if despite all your efforts you still fail, don't take too long on the ground. Get up and get up fast, and make sure you learned something from your failures. As someone once said, there are no mistakes in life, only lessons. Errors are prerequisites to lessons. Yun po original. Akin yon. #hugotline. Malalim at maraming kapalpakang pinanggagalingan. Opo, sa likod ng mga award na nakuha ko at ng aming mga programa, marami rin po kaming palpak. Lessons learned. People who have worked with me say that I have one favorite word, which they have also come to dread. And that is the word basta. Kapag sinabi ko na raw po yun, despite their objections and explanations, tapos na ang usapan. Sa journalism class, we were taught to climb the fence should people slam the door on us or even to our faces. Ang nagturo po sa akin noon ay ang aming journalism professor sa UP College of Mass Communication, Professor Louis Beltran, and the one who inspired me to become a journalist. Siguro kakaunti na lang ang nakakaalala sa kanya. Yung mga parents natin naaalala siguro si Mang Louie. But in the 1980s, he was the foremost tri-media journalist covering all media platforms, radio, TV, and print. He was also Chancellor for Student Affairs of UP Diliman at that time. And he liked to say na tuwing may rally dispersal, siya raw ang tagapulot ng mga naiwang tsinelas at sapatos ng mga aktivista. Another valuable lesson Mang Louie taught us, and which I would like to pass on to you today, is to keep on reading. In other words, to never stop learning. Kabilin-bilinan niya sa amin noon, pati raw yung dyaryo na ipinambalot ng tinapa o danggit, o yung label ng toilet paper, basahin daw namin yon because that's added value to your brain food. Sayang naman daw ang brain cells kung hahayaan lang mag-atrophy. So 30 years and counting as a journalist, I also occasionally ask the Oprah Winfrey question. What do I know for sure? My personal theory is, although this may not sound original, I think the universe is not without walls. Whatever you bounce off it will always come back to you. Karma for Buddhists and Hindus, the golden rule for Catholics. Madalas mas mahirap maging mabuti, pero mas mabuti pa rin maging mabuti. And God is always watching. Be generous. Like the poet Maya Angelou has said, when you learn, teach. Help the ones who will come after you. Kaming mga Ilocano, kuripot daw, but I believe my aunt when she said, ang kamote, kapag hindi tinalbusan, hindi lalago. When you give, you will not only receive so much more, you will also thrive. I also believe that it is when we come to terms with life's many ironies or the dichotomies of our existence that we gain maturity and wisdom. Night and day, yin and yang, the thin line between comedy and tragedy, turning negatives into positives. Your weaknesses can also be your strengths and opportunities. The sun always shines even after a super typhoon. It is also written, and Pope Francis himself said it in his homily before Yolanda survivors in Leyte, in the midst of yet another typhoon, and I was there. Pope Francis said, "It is when we suffer that we are closest to Jesus Christ." I hope you remember this when you go through bumps in life. Nurture your creativity, think out of the box. Sabi nga ni Steve Jobs, to the crazy ones. At dyan magaling ang mga taga-UP to never accept anything at face value, to always challenge the status quo. Huwag tanggapin na hanggang dito na lang tayo because that could only mean it's downhill from here. Remember my question or my challenge to you a while ago? Kami noon, alam namin kung sino o ano ang aming lalabanan. Kayo, alam nyo na ba? Kahirapan, dayuhan, o ang ating mga sarili mismo? Huwag sana tayong masanay sa mga tinatawag nilang new normals at huwag na huwag tatanggapin na facts of life na lang ang mga kababayan nating nagugutom, natutulog sa kalsada. Apathy is a crime, especially for UP students and alumni. Kayong mga tinatawag nilang selfie generation, justly or unjustly, kung hindi kayo, sino? Kung hindi ngayon, kailan? Where the previous generations, including ours, have failed, I wish you will succeed and realize your full potentials at a time when walls and old concepts are coming down and your possibilities are becoming limitless. For your sake, your families, and our beloved UP and country, the best of luck to you. Sabi nga sa The Hunger Games, may the odds always be in your favor at maidagdag ko lang para hindi naman masyadong obvious. may wealth follow. Tama ba? May wealth follow. Sana kayong lahat yumaman. At sana huwag niyo rin kakalimutan ang inyong pinagmulan. Daghang salamat, UP Cebu. Daghang salamat po sa inyo.